Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Two Clicks from KO. As always, I am the most electric loser in Hero Clicks. I am Aries Edge, and with me, as always, the Arn Anderson to my Ric Flair, West Coast, Aaron Cantu.
What's up, y'all? Woo! Is that good? Is that what you're
That's a
looking
good
for?
one. That's a good
All
one.
right. What's up, man? How you doing?
Doing good.
Doing good? Enjoying
Doing
all this crazy information we got coming out this week?
We got info out the ears. So much good stuff coming out. All kinds of goodies. I'm excited. You are excited. Let's jump right into it.
All right. Well, we got this week's GAMA trade show out in Vegas.
Gamma.
So we got information coming out of there. WizKids announced their modern age rotation. We've got questions on the Facebook page. We've got questions on the email. We've got pictures of stuff that's coming out. No previews this week, though, right?
There were no previews. I think they kind of planned that on purpose, though, because there is so much stuff coming out of Gamma and so many announcements. Who needs DC Rebirth previews when you have this much? I mean, I want DC Rebirth previews, but I'm just a DC guy. But we've got enough information to talk about.
Yes, sir. So where do we start? Where do you want to start?
Let's go right into rotation. Let's break those hearts and let everyone know, what's going to go out from one last ride here this summer.
All right. So we have WizKids announced modern age rotation. Following HeroClix releases, including all game elements and maps are part of each release, will be rotated for modern age tournament play as of July 1st, 2019. Why is that relevant? Please note that this is a change from previous years. In previous years, rotation occurred on June 1st and before U.S. HeroClix Nationals tournament. This year, rotation will be on July 1st, which is after the HeroClix U.S. National Championship being held at Origins Game Fair from June 12th to June 16th. Little slippery announcement there.
They slid that in there. So everything's going to get one last hurrah at Nationals. So don't fret. You will still be able to play your shredders. Goblin King will get one last ride. You will still have some of this stuff. Sam Cap will still carry the team with Overdrive across the map. You still have a lot of good stuff. Peace Machine hopefully will make another splash. So right. I like that. I like pushing it back a month, give them one last hurrah. I enjoy that.
All right, well, let's talk about, you kind of hinted on some of it. Let's talk about what's getting rotated. So the following 5-figure booster sets will be rotated. So, sorry, guys. I didn't mute my phone.
He's popular.
I'm popular. I OPAD an article.
God.
Reminded me.
Yeah. Oops.
Anyway, so we have Marvel HeroClix Civil War, the last modern age set with the old card style. As we go through, let's just mention our the figure we'll miss the most out of that set.
Nothing.
Night Nurse?
Oh, Night Nurse. No, you're right, Night Nurse. You know what I'll miss the most is the maps.
Punisher?
It's the only Battle Royal maps we actually had.
Yeah.
Because they came built in. I actually enjoyed those maps a lot to play like Battle Royals and stuff. Night Nurse. Radioactive Man was cool too. I enjoyed him.
Punisher with the 3 dice, the whatever that he did. All right, next set. Marvel HeroClix Superior Foes of Spider-Man.
Oof, this is a big one.
So we've got Overdrive from that set.
Overdrive, the symbiote object.
The symbiote object, which is on like almost every team.
Absolutely.
Not a new one, but you know.
But still, it's not, the new one's not indestructible. The new one doesn't grant you
random plus ones.
The random plus ones and stuff. So that one stings a little bit. The Overdrive, I think, is also one of the big ones.
Mm-hmm.
An amazing transporter. So that's going to be a big one.
DC Comics HeroClix The Joker's Wild.
Everything.
So much. So there's Green Lantern, Jakeem Thunder, although he wasn't seeing a lot of play, but you know.
I mean, what else was that? Haha Joker.
Haha Joker, that's a big one. Bizarro. Penguins, Bizarro Green Arrow, Bizarro Joker.
That set was amazing.
Yeah.
I think even Killing Joke Joker made it on a couple of winning teams too.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, there's a lot of really good figures in that set that will be missed.
I don't think he won, but top 8'd
yeah,
for sure.
A lot of the Harley Quinns, the low costed Harley Quinns, were good coming off the ID card. They're gone, stuff like that. The Mr. Freeze coming off the ID card.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you're limited with some ID call-ins. That was a good set overall. It was very well rounded. People are going to cry and shed a tear for Penguins.
Yeah. So we've got Marvel Hero Clicks, Deadpool, and X Force. So we've got the shifting focus Deadpools.
Yeah, they were big.
I like personally. All the chases are pretty fun.
Yeah.
Champion Pool actually won some events. Colossus on the ID card.
Yep, I'm just showing him now.
Mistress Death. Mistress Death's a big one.
Mistress Death. PJ Bolin right now somewhere is shedding a tear for Mistress Death.
I won a few Mistress Death too.
Yep.
Let's see what else from that set. Oh, Dupe, one of my favorite figures. Let's see. Chipmunk Hunk. Ethan Brock sheds a tear for Chipmunk Hunk, I'm sure. He loves Chipmunk Hunk. I'm telling you.
He does.
Let's see here. There's a Whiz Kid Prime, Hammer. There's a couple good ones. Squirrel Girl.
Ed AB just top forward in Boonton with rocking a Whiz Kid.
There you go. Next we have Marvel Hero Clicks Avengers Defenders War. Oh boy.
I mean,
there's a lot in here.
Sam Cap. I love Sam Cap.
Sam Cap. I personally like the shifting focus figures in this set. You've got the Doctor Stranges.
Doctor Stranges are dope.
Got the Punishers, the Black Panthers.
Yep.
There's all kinds of Wakanda. That's what the Wakanda keyword made its big splash. You got the Wakanda Warriors, the Chair Panther.
Is that the Wakanda map as well from that set?
Wakanda map.
That's going to be a big one.
Wakakanda.
Wakanakanda.
Wakanakanda.
That's going to be a big one. That was a great map. I think that one was played on a lot of teams. Yeah. We have the new one, and that bonus is pretty dope as well. But that other Wakakanda map is going to be sorely missed.
Let's see. The Chase Hulk. I know a lot of people in my local area like that Chase Hulk from this set.
Mm-hmm.
What else? There's a few. Ironheart. Hawkeye.
No, it was Ironheart from that one.
Yeah. Ironheart.
Hawkeye's a big one, especially with the Proxima Spear.
Yeah.
A lot of people who are going to be excited to see that one go too.
Mm-hmm. Karen Page. You had all the Defenders, the Netflix Defenders in there. Yeah, that's a big one.
Who was the one there? Jones.
Jessica Jones. No stealth.
Also, who was the other one there? That
Foggy Nelson.
Foggy Nelson. He was pretty cool too.
Mm-hmm. All right. Marvel Hero Clicks. What If?
By Goblin King.
Goblin King. Cosmic Spider-Man to a small degree.
I'm not sad to see it go. Peace Machine was cool. I enjoyed Peace Machine.
Peace Machine, Cosmic Spider-Man, Goblin King. Cosmic Spider-Man we don't really see play anymore because no ID card, right? So.
Yeah, once the ID card rotated out, he kind of fell off. Didn't have as much punch.
Yep. All right. So the Fast Forces, I'm just gonna run through them really quick.
Yeah.
The Amazing Spider-Man is Greatest Foes, Fast Forces. So your Kingpin from that set. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Heroes in a Half Shell, Fast Forces, nothing. Batman and His Greatest Foes, Fast Forces. Would you have like Harley's Hammer was in there?
You also had the 25 point Penguin.
Oh yeah.
The loyalty token Penguin.
Right. Shredder's Return, Fast Forces, nothing really killer in there. And then we had Uncanny X-Force. Fast Forces, Uncanny X-Force.
X-Force. This is Uncanny X-Force is what it says.
Yeah, because there was 2 Deadpool ones. Deadpool and the Mercs for Money, Fast Forces. I don't think either one of those was really...
In the Marvel Knights one, and nothing really came out of that either.
Right. Other than, like you said earlier, maps. We're just going to say all maps we're going to miss, you know.
Yeah.
Starter sets, the What If starter set. Micro sets. So here's a big one. You have Heroes in a Half Shell, Ninja Turtles. So you
Yep.
had your Renee Tilly was in that one.
Yep. The transporters, the turtle transporters.
Mm-hmm. You had Shredder's Return, which is obviously all your Shredders.
Bye-bye.
So Micah Love, you had to find something new to play.
He actually has to learn how to play HeroClix.
Micah actually had a good idea, and I mentioned it on the last podcast, but I hadn't pressed.
Just retire. Just stop playing.
He had a good idea, but I mentioned it before I pressed record, and I forgot to re-mention it. Was the Korath and Hulk?
Yeah.
And I actually saw that play at our WizKids Open, so that was cool. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. So, nothing really saw play, but you've got your Yondu from that one. And then DC HeroClix Wonder Woman, so you had your Raven, which is pretty much the only one, right? And there was actually a good Wonder Woman off the ID card in that set.
But you had to find the damn thing. Like,
yeah.
The basic, this one right here, actually I have it handy. This one right here wasn't bad. Just
that's the one I'm talking about. Yeah,
number one.
Yeah, she was pretty good.
Yeah, Flurry with blades. She wasn't bad. But also the Chase one, the Target exclusive Chase one, was really good off the ID card as well. You just couldn't find it. It's like a $4 million hero click because it was just so you couldn't find anything.
Yeah. And then we have all the 2016 con exclusives. So you have basically your Punisher van, your Kingdom Come Red Robin, Hawkman, like all the different Batmans.
I'm trying to go
the Arrow set, Cosmic Daredevil, Man Spider, Rocket, and Groot.
Anything really like ground shaking?
Jack Frost. Jack Frost would be a good one out of that. Jack Frost was sidestepping and
you can make the snowflake tokens or whatever they were.
Yep, and then we have all these old monthly OPs. The big one, in my opinion, is Dr. Octopus. So him being gone's big. Firestorm was big for a while, so I miss. Like I said, not necessarily now, but they were good at some point. Or things we'll miss.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a lot of good ones that
Shang-Chi. Let's see, Green Arrow, the 85-point Green Arrow.
Yeah, a lot of these were all good coming off of ID cards when we had a lot of the DC and stuff. That was and it's amazing to think that was. We're talking about it like it was yesterday, and this is 3 years ago, 2 years ago. It's funny how time passes.
Right.
Good thing is though, EarthX Captain America, the con exclusive, doesn't rotate. So I would love to see some people playing that one with the new EarthX Captain America and stuff. I could see some EarthX teams making some waves.
Yeah, so that'd be good. I see some people starting to play him lately. So what didn't get rotated that people were so we get asked a lot, about rotation on the show, and one thing that we said we didn't think would rotate was Elseworlds.
Yep.
And so that turns out we were right. And I know a lot of people were wondering like why didn't Elseworlds go, but What If did. But if you look at the time of release,
yes,
Elseworlds wasn't until like August, and What If was like May or something like that when it got released.
Yeah, What If had a chance to play at Nationals
and That's Worlds.
What the big thing is
Worlds.
Yeah, and then after all that happened, Elseworlds dropped like basically after that. That's what that little gap in time is what saved it from the chopping block, was that it got released a little later. So yeah, you're gonna see an extra rotation of play.
I think people are just tired of Green Arrow, maybe.
Green Arrow's gonna be big, man.
But I also think it's great because Green Arrow still kind of balances Unimind out in a way.
Yeah, and it's also too is that people are gonna have to play Green Arrow differently now. They're not gonna see he's not going to have that penguin, that penguin to fall back on.
Support, yeah.
Penguins are going to go. Haha, Joker is going to go. They're going to have to build a little differently. You're going to see the two big two. You're going to see the Green Arrow, and you're going to probably see the Batgirl with it.
I think probably
when Joker's wild. I forgot. You're also losing Commissioner Gordon
and Anarchy too.
Yep. So you're losing a good chunk of Gotham City stuff.
I think
So,
you just don't play him on theme. Like if you're gonna play him, you do like the George Masu with a Stormbreaker type deal.
yeah, I still think that I still think there's enough Gotham City out there that or Batman family or whatever that you can still play kind of a theme with them. There's still some good stuff from Batman the animated series that you could theme.
Yeah. I don't know what other keywords he has. Is martial artist?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I don't have as with all these hero clicks that I've been showing and I have handy. That's one of the ones I don't have handy right now in front of me.
I'm looking.
Actually, do I? I may have them. Let me see.
So yeah, he's martial artist in Star City. So not a lot of great keywords.
Yeah, actually, I did have them. I did have them handy. Yep, Gotham City, Star City, martial artist. I mean, we are seeing some stuff too. But like I said too, though, like I was pointing out, the Batgirl is Gotham City. Commissioner Barbara Gordon from Batman the Animated Series.
Right. We had a whole set.
There's some
we had
stuff
a whole set of Batman
that can balance them, but you're losing a good chunk of stuff that he relied on. So it'll make people have to think.
Yep. All right. So paired with all this rotation announcement, we have a bunch of stuff news coming out of GAMA. So various different pages you can find sharing a lot of the information. So I'm gonna just pull up some of what we have here. So we have X-Men animated series, the Dark Phoenix or the Phoenix Saga, Dark Phoenix Saga. So this releases in September. Looks like it's gonna have super boosters.
Now, I've heard people say that they hope it's like Avengers Infinity War.
Yeah, this doesn't look like that. This looks like super
Thor.
boosters. Yeah.
It looks like TMT.
Yeah, because Colossal Booster Brick.
Yes.
So
you get those 8 boosters and then you get that Colossal on the end. Colossal boosters. People are speculating it'd be an Avengers Infinity style. I think it's going to be more like a Thor style. 8 boosters, and then your 1 Colossal booster on the end there.
Yeah, I agree.
It's good to see some of these figures too. I mean, you see Jubilee in there. You see new Gambit. People are going to do cartwheels for Gambit.
Sabretooth.
Who is that? Actually, Wolverine?
I think it's Morph.
That's what I thought too, because it doesn't look like your typical Wolverine.
It's Morph. I thought
it was like a Morph.
If you remember Morph in the cartoon, he dies in like the first episode.
Yeah.
Here's some WWE clicks. You got your boy John Cena up here doing the "You Can't See Me." You got Stone Cold. You got Macho Man dropping elbows. Is this Ronda Rousey?
That is Ronda Rousey.
Oh my god!
Not excited about that. I'll be the first to tell you.
I don't even watch wrestling. Like I haven't in years. I just can't stand Ronda Rousey.
You got Finn Balor as the demon up top.
Is that who that is?
Yeah. He kind of has. That's one of those ones that I talked about in the Ask Aries when we had the WWE discussion, where if you did a full set, you could do Finn Balor as himself and then his alter ego as a Prime as the demon. So
you could see him here, huh? Like
yes.
Who's this right here?
Yeah, he's cool. That's Charlotte Flair.
Oh, okay.
That's Ric Flair's daughter.
Okay. Here's some more Dark Phoenix Saga stuff. So here's Wolverine, Rogue. You've got Colossal, Dark Phoenix. Just to me, like, do you really think this figure is gonna fit in a Avengers Infinity size booster? Heck no. There's no way that's fitting.
Unless it broke apart and you had to put it together, which would be also very upsetting.
More Colossals. Got a Colossal Mojo. See, like Colossal Mojo, I could see fitting.
Yes, I can see that fitting in there too. Now, I am unaware of some of these. From what I have heard in the comments,
look like Sentinels or maybe, not Battle World, but what are they called? Mojoverse, yeah.
So what I heard is that's an Iceman, when Iceman kind of had like a Megazoid almost. It was the one right in the middle there. That one. The one on the left, people are saying is like a Professor X, an astral Professor X.
To me, it looks like a Sentinel's mixing Iceman and Pyro's power. But okay.
Yeah, and then the bottom right, I have no idea.
No idea.
I read the
comics. It could be some Shi'ar stuff too. Like this dude
might be
like Shi'ar dude. So I imagine we'll see a lot of Shi'ar. We don't have any previews of that.
Nice but... Nimrod. I like that. Can I just say I'm very excited for Macho Man, Randy Savage.
That sculpt is dope.
I'm super excited. It's classic Macho Man.
You know what? I'm disappointed in this one. What's he missing?
Well, they gotta keep it PG, man.
Come on, man.
You can't have the middle fingers up. You can't have the beer cans.
The beer cans, at least. Come on.
I would like a beer can special object.
You don't have to put that they're beer on them. Just put, like...
+1 to his defense because he can't feel nothing.
Yeah, just numb. He's just numb.
Like I said, I think they're going for the PG. The WWE is doing very PG stuff as well, so I think they're kind of, scaling it back. I'd like to see a nice, milk truck vehicle though as a con exclusive. Let's make it happen, WizKids. You don't listen to the show anyways, but if you do, make it happen. We need a milk truck.
Let's see. We've got some more here. Oh, the Aries taking a drink. All right. So here's some of the storyline OP stuff that's coming out. You see we've got yellow and a blue Magneto. So obviously they're probably just different teams, maybe slightly different traits. Dials look pretty much the same otherwise.
Yeah, the dials are the same, but is it like...
I know if you zoom in good enough on the picture, you can read some of it, but I'm not going to do all that right now.
So is it two different, cards as well?
I think it's two different cards.
Does it come with the one figure, or is there like an A and a B?
Not sure. Oh, God. It's all blurry.
Yeah.
There's another Gambit
the quality wasn't that good, but looking at just the stats and everything, not a bad looking
see, Gambit. At the beginning of the game, if Gambit is blah, 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 I see 2 damage.
I see an energy explosion.
And Rachel Summers, right? So you've got yellow and you know what it is? It's you've got a yellow and a regular, and the other one's a blue and a regular.
Yeah, well, that's the same thing too. Is there's the yellow?
Well, remember this storyline is a team thing, right? So
exactly.
Either this team or that team.
And that's why I'm asking, are you gonna get both cards with it, or could you pull one or the other? You know what I mean?
I think what it is if they're on a theme team, you use the blue or yellow, and then if they're not, you use this one.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't understand it. It's I'm hoping we get both cards.
Yeah.
Or they're flip cards almost, where, you know what I mean? One side you got that, then you flip it, and the other side, it opens up. So the one side has all the printed stuff you can read. You open it, it's got the other stuff that you can read because obviously the dials stay the same.
They could fold it, like you could fold it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It gets a foldable card, but you know what I'm saying?
We'll find out. I'm sure more info will come out. Ooh, these are some nice sculpts. I'm sure more info will come out as, people leave GAMA and stuff. But
yeah, I will say that the sculpts are nice because they're not reusing a whole lot of sculpts.
Right.
And if they are, I mean, they're at least altering them enough that it doesn't just look like they're being lazy.
Is this like a lightning infused storm here?
I'm guessing so, maybe.
Yeah.
It looks like you got a Rachel Summers up top there too.
We saw these already.
Woo!
Box art. That's nice.
I will say this though, also, for those of you that haven't really studied the box art, Psylocke is going to be in the set. So they're rotating out the only Psylocke that we really had from the Deadpool and the X-Force.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to get a Psylocke in this summer option. So those ID cards, they may become hot.
Yep, could be.
So hang on to your Psylocke ID cards. They may become hot. This is a talk right here.
Yeah, so here's a big one. I don't remember who originally posted it, but we've got 30-point chase objects coming in the Black Panther and the Illuminati set. So there's a gauntlet, cosmic cube, You can see a Captain America here. See if we can find some more pictures. Looks like an AIM dude here.
Yep.
Maybe a Wakanda chick. I don't know who this is. Rune.
I think it says
something.
Rune.
Yeah, Rune.
I'm not very familiar with the
he's
character.
a super rare, it looks like. Black Panther. So,
Falcon. Is that an AIM Falcon, I think?
Yeah. Champion. There's a Proxima.
Proxima Midnight.
Yeah.
Good to see Proxima.
I bet you Champion has an object.
He probably, I would assume he
Power
does.
Stone.
Yep, he was one of the ones that wielded them way back in the day. If you guys remember back to the original Infinity Gauntlet op kit, Champion was a wielder.
Here's some more info that we saw. We posted on our own page, but this is just so it says update on WWE clicks from my local store manager, Tin and Gamma. Figs will be sold individually in non-blind boosters with the $7.99 price tag. 18 figures in the first wave. They plan on doing a total of 50. If it does well, then they will release future waves of 10 to 12 figures. Also confirmed G.I. Joe, Transformers, and Pony, referring to My Little Pony, will not be clicks, only unpainted minis, which makes sense because they recently did the paint deal.
Yep.
With whatever.
I can't remember what they are, but they just got an exclusive paint deal.
Yeah, I don't really paint, so.
Well, from what I heard from a lot of the guys that I speak with in some of the chats, the paint that they just made a deal with is actually very good. Also, I'm not sure who Emperor Joker is, but we don't want to step on toes here. And Jamie Jordan from Shots Fired did have this information out and about earlier. I think that whoever Emperor Joker is, so we don't want to, not discredit Jamie. I don't want him to lose any beard hair over it.
Yeah. And I see in our comments a lot of people are not happy with the format of this. I don't know what's it called. The way they're being distributed. I think it's a good idea, personally.
I don't mind it. Yeah. I wouldn't want to buy boosters and get 35 Ronda Rouseys.
Like you don't go to like Toys R Us closed. Nobody goes to Toys R Us. You don't go to like Target or Walmart and try to buy like
that's a stinger.
You don't try to buy like an action figure without knowing which one you're getting, right? They do have little blind things, but
they do have some blisters.
Look, they raise the price, but you know what you're getting. So like for me, I'm kind of like, I don't know. I could go either way because I don't necessarily need all the WWE figures. If I can avoid buying a full gravity feed, I will.
I was kind of hoping that they would do. They did a Batman set. Batman.
Can you hear that? Can you hear that kid whining in the other room?
I heard a whiner. I heard a little whiner action. But we did. I think it was called like Batman Alpha, where they redialed.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind something like that, where you could see 3. You get 3 of them in there. Okay, let me scoop those.
But that was blind though.
No, those ones were open. It was like a circular.
No, the top one was open only.
I remember seeing one that had like 3 figures in it because they also did them for Fantastic Four as well. You could see the 3 figures.
That was the classics. That was the classic.
That's what it was. It was the Batman classics and Fantastic Four. Yes.
And that was. So that was all. That was a
dial.
No, it wasn't even a redial. It was a re-release of the Secret Invasion starter.
Yes, which I wouldn't mind if they did something like that.
I wish they would do that.
They threw in 3 figures, like WWE figures, for $10, $11. I'd be like, okay, I get a cool Macho Man, maybe 2 figures that I wouldn't have really wanted to buy, but I know what I'm getting. It would make me want to buy more. Like right now, there's showing me what you just showed me. There's probably 3 figures that I want. Finn Balor, Macho Man's a definite. I got to get Macho Man. And then Stone Cold. But it also depends on the dials, too. Right. So, but I can understand where people could be upset about this.
I get it. I get the raised price point. I get the whole 10 to 12 at a time wave. Somebody mentioned it, and I kind of agree. It's probably part of WWE's deals. Like, look, we want to make sure it's released a certain way. We want people to know what they're getting. Although, it'd be funny is if you couldn't see John Cena inside of his booster. Like his was actually blind. It's like you can't see him.
See, and that's the thing too. That was I made the point on the episode that I did talking about WWE clicks. Like they're trying to sell to a certain individual, someone to get into the thing, and you're selling to kids who love John Cena. They would be we would get it as HeroClix fans if they did a puck where it was just John Cena and a puck. We'd be like, haha, you can't see him, whatever. If a kid gets that, he's gonna be super upset. Like, hey, it's broken. It's this or that.
You see this right here?
Yep.
Yeah, no, I get it. What's funny is actually my daughter told me when I picked her up from school today that there's a kid in her class was saying that he plays HeroClix. And I was like, I've never seen this kid. What's his name? She's like, I don't know.
That's where I can understand why they're selling to a certain market. They want their fans to go out, be able to see. Because, I mean, if it was blind and it was a kid that just started watching it and they pulled Macho Man or another legend, they're going to be like, who is this guy? They're not going to care.
Right. They're going to want, like my son runs around and he goes, his name is John Cena. He doesn't even watch wrestling, but the kids at his school do, and,
absolutely.
And stuff like that. So I get it. Yeah. And, most of the kids, I think they watch wrestling. They're in that like 4th to 6th grade, 7th grade range. If it's blind, you're with the parent at the store, they're like, I'm not buying that for you. What the hell is this? But if they say, but it's John Cena, I gotta have John Cena, Dad. It's like, all right, shut up. Here's your John Cena. Your $8 John Cena here.
Yeah, you pull Kevin Owens. Like I hate Kevin Owens, like this or that. Like so, it's one of those ones where they want you to pick your favorites. They don't want you to maybe pull in kayfabe, but pull a heel. And then you're super upset because you pulled, the Miz. But it also goes towards the old heads and the new heads. Where like me, I'm super excited to hopefully get like some older guys too, like with Macho Man.
I gotta have a Hulk Hogan just
ripping the shirt, absolutely.
Or like that Macho Man, elbow drop is sick. So the leg drop,
Hulk Hogan, that would be cool. Like like I said, there's a lot of possibilities, but this is probably why they're doing the non-blind stuff.
What if it's an $8 thing because they come with like a prop? Like action figures that come with like a prop a lot of times.
Yeah.
So what if they have like their signature prop or whatever? Like
absolutely.
Let's wait a little bit before we start, lighting the torches and getting our pitchforks out and let's see what what WizKids is doing here.
I've already got my sporting arena map dusted off. I'm ready to go.
Right? Yeah, I've got my boxing ring. My boxing ring's ready to rock.
Absolutely. So, and then on the other flip side of that too, I can understand why there are a couple people who may be a little irritated with not having Transformers or G.I. Joe in HeroClix.
Oh yeah, I mean I'm bummed, but I expected it. Honestly.
Exactly. It's the same thing with Orville. We don't know if Orville is going to be HeroClix either.
Ooh.
That could be a standalone game too by itself.
Ooh. Correct says ooh.
Ooh.
Because like I said, I don't know what the hell the Orville is, but you kind of gave me the rundown last episode, but
yeah,
I'm like all right, I still don't know. We've got some questions. Should we jump into some questions? I got one in a private message too. It was actually a good one. So Jessica Tay, oh man, if you could be so kind as to give us your top 10 ranking on equipment, that takes too long.
No,
I'll do top 3. What's your top 3?
My top 3 right now.
Top 3 right now.
And this is just subjective for me. Sure. My top 3 right now: Goblin Glider.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, Goblin Glider. I'm gonna go with Beetle Pod, and then I'm gonna go with the Mandarin Ring. New Mandarin Ring that just came out.
Yeah, I was gonna say Symbiote Remaker. All shapes, all the shapes change, and Mirror. Or I could go Symbiote, Mirror, Remaker, and leave out the old Symbiote since that's rotating.
That's why I was thinking of stuff post rotation. Like I like Beetle Pod for the
Exospec's obviously good.
but I think it's overrated still. I still think it's overrated.
Jeff Colossus, why do you think they left Elseworlds in but not What If? Well, we kind of touched on that already.
Timing.
Christian Bogan says, after seeing a possible Avengers Infinity style set, are you more excited or less for the X-Men set? I'm less excited. If it's Avengers Infinity style, I'm good. Like, I'm okay. I'm with that. If it's Mighty Thor style, I'm upset. Because, like, sets of super boosters, like, there's a lot of Colossals. So it probably is Avengers Infinity style, but, I could go either way. I'm on the fence about whether it is or isn't. But if AI style, I'm with it. If it's not, I'm not, because it sucks trying to get the stuff out of super boosters. Plus, you get less. You don't get, you know what I mean? You get 8 boosters of 5 figures each. That's 40, or else you get 10 boosters of 4 figures. It's still 40. So either way, you're getting only 40 figures in a brick as opposed to the 50 you normally get.
If it's Avengers Infinity War style, or the Avengers Infinity, style,
you still get 50 that way.
I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
Because we've already seen, 8 Colossals, I think it was?
Yeah,
Sentinel,
like
Nimrod, Jean Grey, and then 4 on the other, so 7.
And then Dark Phoenix was 1, Mojo.
Yes, we've already seen 7 or 8 Colossals, and if that's the case, it's gonna be a pain in the ass to track down.
Well, just think about Mighty Thor was Surtur, Mangog, Flora, Groot, Carnage, Captain Marvel, Kamala Khan, whatever the heck her name is.
Yep.
So that's 6.
Miss Marvel.
Well, that's the one.
That's the one you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah. Miss Marvel, Sir Mangog, Frost Giant, and Emer. That's 8.
Yep. So we're probably there. You're probably looking Thor style, which is, and of course,
so yucky.
There's going to be 3 really good ones, and then 5 cusp ones.
Yeah.
So you're looking at that Dark Phoenix probably being $8.
Yeah, have fun getting Nimrod. You know what I mean?
Or Nimrod, absolutely.
Yeah, it's I don't know. So I've never been a fan of the Mighty Thor, Giant Size X-Men, Wolverine X-Men style set, because, like I said, in that brick you get 41 figures, and one of them is something that you may, I mean, it's always something you may not want, right? But it can also be something that's really hard to trade, and it's expensive to ship, and it takes up a lot of space, and you know what I mean? And I'm getting 9 less figures. Avengers Infinity, I still get 50 figures in my brick. I just get all these Colossals.
I'm guaranteed to get 10 Colossals.
Yeah, that's cool. So.
And all those Colossals, this is the thing too, is it wasn't one-trick ponies. It wasn't all just Colossal Retaliation. Mm-hmm. A lot of those had actual low point dials. Giganto and Namor were 50 point dials.
Yeah,
they were playable. Points.
Obviously, the World Championship figures.
Absolutely,
right?
But then you also got Tony Stark car, which was super playable. Dune Buggy, I enjoyed.
Hulk, I actually like at
2 different Hulks. What was the other one? Jakar. I didn't mind him. I think his name is.
Yeah, Infinity, Eternity. Those 2 see play outside of being
Lord Chaos.
Lord Chaos. That's a pretty popular one. So yeah, I mean, there's stuff that gets played. I mean, Thanos gets play on Unimind. He doesn't see play outside of that.
You still see him play.
Yeah. but we're saying outside of just being retaliators,
Exactly, but that's all you saw with the Thor set, was which retaliator was better. So hopefully they give us something a little better than just
Carnage at 100 points isn't bad.
No, Carnage at 100 points caught a lot of people off guard. People weren't ready to see that.
Yeah. Paul Groth says, which set or sets coming this year are most likely to skip? Rebirth?
I ain't skipping Rebirth.
Well, I'm saying for me, Rebirth.
I'm all in on Rebirth.
The thing that I've been doing with DC sets, because they're just like I haven't been like Harley Quinn and the Gotham Girls. Like I don't relate to the content. Like I just don't. Batman the animated series, I do. I bought a bunch.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's like
Seeing Deathstrokes, man. I see multiple Deathstrokes.
but like
It's
I don't know I don't know the Batman Metal storyline. Jason's supposed to let me borrow it, but he's taking forever. Um, just kidding, Jason.
Making friends.
No, he has a question coming up too. It's funny. No, like I just don't relate to a lot of the content. So like on sets like that, I pretty much just want to cherry pick and get what I'm gonna play or certain characters that I like. But like Batman animated series was huge for me growing up. I love that show.
Oh yeah.
X-Men the animated series, the X-Men set is huge. I watched the heck out of that show. So like
that might be one that I actually might buy into Marvel again.
Yeah, so stuff like
I enjoyed
that.
that cartoon so much.
And then Black Panther, and the Illuminati. I'm gonna buy because I want the objects, right? We have the stones and all the stuff, so it's like,
yep.
Like they have those little hooks, right? Like if any set that has ID cards, like World's Finest,
buying.
I'm buying. So it's like things like that. I'm getting.
And you can't fault WizKids for them too. They found
They're printing money. They're printing money. That's all it is.
Yes, but they're also doing it in a balanced environment too. It's not like back in the day where you had to like play so many resources and this and that. Now it's, you know what I mean? You could theoretically skip a set. You could skip the Illuminati set and still probably be able to compete with the amount of other objects we have out there.
Sure.
So
I thought I was gonna skip the Captain Marvel set, but they made that set actually pretty good.
I'm telling you right now, if they make more gravity feeds, like they made Captain Marvel, and I'm gonna say it, and it's for selfish reasons. If they made one DC set a year and then threw out a couple of little gravity feeds, 20-figure gravity feeds of sub themes or off of their animated movies, I think they'd be killer.
Yeah.
Like a Justice League Dark gravity feed where you got like a Swamp Thing and a Faust.
Hey, spoilers. No, I'm just kidding. I actually haven't seen that one yet. I do need to watch it.
It's worth it, man. 100% worth it. If they did small things like that, like, yeah, we can't agree upon putting out 2 full-size sets, but we can get you 2 little gravity feeds, that'd be killer. They would sell. And they were good.
Yeah.
They
should do like the Teen Titans TV show set.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like how they're doing all this, young, like they have all Young Justice, so you could do Teen Titans and Young Justice.
They have the streaming service too now, where they have a Swamp Thing TV show coming out. They have the Titans TV show. Stargirl is going to be a TV show.
But I'm saying like the old Teen Titans cartoon show.
I know what you're saying. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean that was a big show,
absolutely.
Justice League Unlimited, although a lot of that was a Batman animated series, but there was a lot not like there was no Booster Gold, there was no, you know what I mean? Like,
Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, yeah. Where's my John Jones?
You'll see him this year in the cons probably.
Probably.
There's always that one glaring thing that stands out missing, and it always pops up in the convention exclusives. When we had the Elseworld set, and you got all the chases, and the white suit Joker wasn't there. The first people were outraged, and the first thing I said was, "You're going to see him as a convention exclusive," and we did. So, be prepared. Martian Manhunter will probably be showing up as a convention exclusive potentially.
Yeah. Zach Strong says, "What is your favorite game element or mechanic in HeroClix history, not counting characters, and what do you wish they would bring back?" And in a private message, he also asked me, which set do you think is the most game-changing, like meta-wise, of all time?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
War of Light is probably the set that was most game-changing of all time, because we got batteries that were produced because of it. We had entities in the set for chases. That was just, there is so much.
Despotellus.
Yeah, absolutely. That was the set that I think that flipped the entire game upside down for a long period of time, and we're still finally just settling in after that. Game element wise,
I think Wolverine and the X-Men.
Yeah, I mean
because you had team bases, you had a lot of like very competitive stuff, Spiral, Shatterstar, Ceres Prime, even Magic, the rare Magic saw play off the team base and limited format. There's just a lot of stuff.
Even the Shi'ar team base played well.
Yeah, there was a few. There was X-Men Blue,
pop off Gladiator.
Yeah.
For just what was the other part to it? Just any game element. I think my favorite game element, and I wish they would bring something like it back, because in my opinion, I thought it was balanced and it played well, but they just didn't have really good items for it, was the Bat Belt.
They did, but they were all con exclusive.
Yeah, and that was just kind of a gut punch. I enjoyed the fact that you could switch costumes, and the costumes gave you a little bit of something. I enjoyed that you could pop off, the items, even if they were bad. And then just the dial itself was pretty cool as well.
Turn off team abilities, give you willpower. Yep. Yeah, it was good.
It was, in my opinion, probably one of the more balanced resources that we had. People are gonna probably see this and go, "What about Ghost Rider and the Heroes for Hire?" Well, there's always the exception.
I think for me, the Infinity Gauntlet has to be like, I don't know if it's my favorite, but just it was the first resource. It really changed the way people built their teams.
Yes,
it was like, this figure is good. Period. That was how it was before. Then Gauntlet came out. I was like, there's because there was always like, this figure's missing this. It's missing this. And then Gauntlet came out, and you actually saw people play it. Like the figures that normally wouldn't see play saw play.
Because of it. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I mean, it's tough. And then like not very many people did this, but you could also play it at like 15 points. And like for me personally, I always like putting the few times I used the Infinity Gauntlet, I would put like just the Space Gym on, and I would put it on an Astral Strange. So then Astral Strange can free move, right? And then the first click on the Gauntlet had TK. So you could TK, and then Space Gym gave you carry and plus movement. So you can like carry, free move, then TK something. It was just like, it was pretty cool.
There's a lot of options, and most of the time you just saw it full powered. What really soured me was when people were playing it on Bizarro, and it was just like this. It's a one man, just kill machine. It was like, oh god.
As far as like, what do we wish they would bring back? Like, I wish they would reprint figures. Honestly, like just like we touched on earlier with the old classics. I think that was a great idea. I realized they didn't sell well, but like I think at the time those figures weren't classic. You know what I mean? And there's not. And the other thing is, there's not a lot of figures per se that are still competitive. So like just repackaging like starter figures is not necessarily the way to go. But if you took like, let's say, the Crisis Chases, the two Supermans with the bricks, right?
Yeah, I got you.
And so you put those two, and then like Mr. Mitsuplik or something in that as a classics pack for $15. Yeah, maybe they're not the most playable now, but the sculpt is really nice. They're good, and then that you can reintroduce stuff into modern. Like you can take your silver bullets that were hard to get, and reintroduce them into modern, things like that. So I just think
a nice new modern split lip where you can get your equipment attached for free.
Sure. I mean they could be reworded
a little bit with some of the updated lingo.
Like Pokemon does that, Magic does that. They reword things, change like numbers. So like like a Magic card would previously say like put 5 counters, now it says put 3 counters, something like that.
They always change the wording to the new wording. Birds of Paradise were always reprinted and put in core sets. I could see them. I would like for them to do like a 20 like a 20 figure Marvel and a 20 figure DC, kind of like they did the anniversary sets. Do like a little gravity feed, call them, Marvel Classics, DC Classics, and you bring some of those older figures back. Maybe with the same dial, maybe with a tweaked dial, some of the new verbiage on them, and splash them back into modern play. I think that'd be great. I would love to see a Sinestro Corps Batman get dropped back into play, or the Lamppost Batman or whatever it was.
Yeah, it was both.
Smokey Foot Captain America.
Yeah.
Drop him back
Spider-Man Nightcrawler.
Oh, the Ben Crawler?
Absolutely. That figure is absolutely still playable.
Absolutely. You just put the new lingo on it, and you throw it in a gravity feed. That's printing money. That right there is printing money. Just throw together a 2021 gravity feed. Here you go.
I don't think you have to do that though. Like I said, you could do like three figure boosters or 3 figure, non-blind pulls. You know what you're getting. You could do even like how like Pokemon and Magic do, like World Champion decks. You take World Champion teams. Sell the whole team.
Oh, that'd be cool. You put Morgan Le Fay back into rotation. You put
or you don't even have to. You put a purple ring on them. Put a purple ring on them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, here's these figures. You can play with them, but they're not tournament legal. They're not modern.
See, I don't think that would sell them.
Well, I'm just saying, like,
I'm
just saying, like, that's something they could do.
I would legit think of doing, a Marvel or DC Classics and going back in time and maybe polishing up some of those turds they had in like Hyper Time or Infinity Challenge. Use the same exact sculpt the way it was back then, and just modernize it a little bit. Polish that Fire Lord turd.
That's what they did with like some of the Kingdom Come stuff, like the Superman. The old school Kingdom Come Superman sculpt is great. The new one looks pretty much the same, just a little different, and it's a repackage. So he still starts with charge, still gets hypersonic. Like it's.
Yep.
Anyway, we're carrying on. Jason Lamandera.
Ideas. That's what we're doing.
Yeah. Jason Lamandera writes in, Captain Marvel Chase 21 looks amazing and could possibly see play in the meta, I think. What kind of team or support do you think goes best with her?
I just saw in Boonton, New Jersey, they streamed their WizKids Open. 2 Captain Marvel teams did make the top 8.
Oh, really?
Yeah. One of them was played with Nightshade, DC Nightshade, being able to bounce them around and stuff. Actually played really well. So yeah, she's got potential if played correctly and played with the right team around her.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember her dial right now. My girlfriend's coming over.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember her dial right now. So she goes to her quick. She's like what, 20 defense or?
Yeah, something along those lines. I can try and pull her up real fast too while we're talking.
Yeah, I'll pull it up. But so she's 150 points. I believe keywords are Avengers, probably maybe Kree. I don't know. I'm trying to pull her up.
She's not on Realms.
No, I know. That's why I'm pulling up the dials and evidence thing.
Oh.
So.
But yeah, like I said, I watched her. I think Tim Traster and Brian Santana both played her in Jersey, and they both did well. I think Brian was pretty close to making the final table, and he got beat out by Rob Real.
I think Cosmic is probably she's Avengers, Kree, Shield, Cosmic, and Soldier keywords. I think Cosmic's probably a pretty safe thing to go with. You have your Groots, you have your Flora Colossus, Lockjaw, compare with her, which basically all the support you need.
I think Nightshade has the Cosmic. I think that's what Brian played.
But she has the running shot and then charge, right? So we talked about before, you can running shot out and then charge back into safety.
Yep, which was done a lot.
Yep, she's got leadership, which helps if you're moving, all your colossals and whatever else around. Um, and then on her God click, we'll call it, she's got the impervious colossal stamina at the end of your turn. If Captain Marvel would be killed, return to most recent noted click, protect out with Pulse Wave.
Yeah.
So, which she can get green arrowed on that click. That's kind of a problem, but
that is a wee bit of a problem.
Yeah, I think this figure, she's got a lot, man. She's got a lot going for her, especially if you hit her, she goes to that God click. Main thing you gotta watch out for is green arrow, right? So maybe some barrier type support to help keep her safe. Probably want to run her on a theme team to make sure you win map.
Yeah.
Take advantage.
Nightshade is mystical. Nightshade wasn't cosmic. I screwed that up.
That's what I thought, but whatever. Yeah, I don't think you're playing her on like a Kree team.
No,
looking at she has her Kree supremacy cosmic awareness thing. No, I think you can use her like somewhat as an ID battery too if you really wanted. While she's sitting on that 20 defense, but you really want to be attacking with her. So I think like I said, you do like her, Lockjaw, Groot, Flora Colossus, and like some ID cards or something like that. Some barrier figures maybe. I don't know.
Yes. So what they were doing with the Nightshade is I think they played on the new Wakanda map, and Nightshade has free place Nightshade in hindering terrain within 5 squares. Power action: choose a friendly character within 5 squares and place it in hindering terrain adjacent to Nightshade. So he was being able to pull Captain Marvel around and manipulate her movement wherever he needed her to go.
Right.
So it's giving you more options to move her into placement for the running shot and the charge and so on.
Yeah. Elvis Aparicio writes in, what are your thoughts on bandwagoners? I have a friend who I thought was a Raiders fan, but last year he quickly changed to being a Vikings fan. I don't know what that's about. And this year he is a Browns fan. The flip-flopping is fast and furious, and I'm not sure how to handle him. So if you don't know, Elvis is my buddy, and I made a post about the Browns getting OBJ a couple days ago, and now he's
Raiders aren't slouching either, man. He should have stayed with the Raiders.
Let me put it to let me explain something to those who don't know. Elvis is a Dodgers fan that goes to Giants games.
Oh,
in San Francisco. In San Francisco. So I'll hear none of this.
How has he not gotten his ass kicked in San Francisco wearing your Dodgers gear? That's one of the most hostile rivalries in sports, period, is Dodgers Giants.
Yeah, and he goes to San Francisco. He doesn't go to LA to watch the Dodgers games. He goes to San Francisco.
I think even more hostile than Red Sox Yankees. People have been hospitalized in Giants Dodger fights. That's rough. That's rough.
All right, so I said Elvis does actually have a HeroClix question for us.
Okay.
It says, do you think WizKids purposely tries to hype up certain figs with the previews they provide, or does the hype come from the players after the set release? Is it possible that WizKids attempts to drive influence the secondary market?
I don't think so.
As far as the hype, yeah, for sure.
They try and hype, absolutely. Secondary market is just secondary market. The secondary market, we dictate.
Mm-hmm.
So if anybody ever has any gripes about secondary market, we only have ourselves to blame.
Mm-hmm.
We set the standards. We set the prices.
Stop paying it.
Exactly. And people will complain about, the prices are too high. If somebody is willing to buy it at that price, then that's what it's worth. I'm sorry. You may be upset by that, but my brother. He looks he's big into action figures and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And it's people will go on there and be like, I'm not paying scalper prices. I'm only going to pay retail, blah, blah, blah. And it's all right, well, then get off the page, because And even HeroClix guys have said too, like my time is worth money.
Every pre-release, right? Every pre-release. The pre-release prices.
Or just non-exclusive. You know what I mean? Starro is $65 and someone's paying or saying, all right, $90 for it. Oh, well, it was only 65 at the con. Yeah, well, I
but
bought
did you go to the
badges.
con?
I bought a hotel. I stood in line to get it. I'm shipping it out to you.
I flew from California.
My time is worth money.
I flew from California to Philadelphia, or whatever,
Absolutely.
Like, come on. Yeah.
So yes, they want to hype their stuff. They want to hype their game. They'd be stupid to not want to hype their stuff. Secondary market, they don't care about the secondary market. If you buy,
I think they care. I think they care a little.
It doesn't matter.
A healthy secondary market is a good indication of a healthy game.
Yes.
So I mean, they care to a degree, but I don't think they try to influence it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is they don't care if the secondary market's through the roof or not. As long as people are buying, that's all they care about.
So short answer:
Gravity Feed sold out. Like that's what they care about.
So short answer is yes, then no.
Yeah.
Stuart James Cameron Evans, do you think the common Coulson from Captain Marvel will speed up equipment teams, or is he too expensive? Oh boy, I don't remember what he does.
The common one or the rare one?
He says common. I'm pulling him up.
I got his card over here.
It says espionage, always been a collector. Phil Coulson starts the game with 3 tradecraft tokens. When an equipment object would be dropped or KO'd, you remove 2 tradecraft tokens to instead equip that equipment to Phil Coulson or an adjacent friendly character. Give free remove for tradecraft token and KO a standard object held by Phil Coulson or an adjacent friendly character. If you do, the character that's holding the object chooses a standard attack. I don't see how that would help.
He's 50 points.
Yeah.
What was this question again?
If he will help speed up equipment teams, or is he too expensive? I don't see how he would help, unless you're talking about the rare, and even then.
Move a tradecraft token and KO a standard object held by Phil Coulson. It doesn't do anything. All it does is it helps against.
I think it's a misunderstanding, because he does have the always been collector. He starts the game with 3 tokens, and when an equipment object would be dropped or KO'd, you may remove 2 tradecraft tokens instead and equip it. That doesn't include the beginning of the game. It's talking about unequip. So like when you unequip KO or unequip drop, then that's
or even if it would just be KO'd. So if someone were to KO my object, I can then drop 2 of those and just equip it to him or an adjacent friendly character.
I see what you're saying. Drop. So like if I run out and grab it and sidestep and drop it, then I can remove 2 tradecrafts to equip it for free.
Or if say first turn, and you see this a lot, if someone tries to shoot my exospecs, I can drop 2 things and then I can just equip it to a guy next to me.
Right.
So it's kind of, I guess, equipment
protection.
If someone were to try and just try and snipe your equipment, but he's 50 points. So.
I think that's a lot. I think it's a lot for 50 points, but I do think equipping objects without taking actions is pretty big.
Yeah.
Because I see what he's saying. Because like the move, like Abdul when he played Nationals last year. Wow, that's awesome. 8 Batman moves out and grabs the Mjolnir and then sidesteps and drops it. So when he drops it during the sidestep, Coulson can equip it to somebody adjacent to him.
I mean, you could use Phil Coulson then just to, what's his range? He's got a 5 range. So technically on turn 1,
you could just shoot
my own object for 3 damage.
Right.
Destroy it. Take off of my own. So I think that might be what he's trying to get at. Is with that. I mean, it would speed it up. I use 1 action token to KO my object and equip it to the guy next to me.
It's only 1 action versus 2.
He's not exactly, and that guy's not burning in an action token to equip it.
I guess when I read dropped, my thought was unequipped drop.
So I mean,
not necessarily picking it up and dropping it, but the KO thing actually is a good point. Yeah.
Phil blows up something, equips it to someone next to him, and now that guy goes out and does something with the equipment already on him. That's not bad. I mean, he's 50 points. He's got shape change, shield team ability.
He's only. I mean that would allow you, like, let's say you did him and Vulture with the octopus arms. You shoot the octopus arms, they blow up. You drop the trait crafts, you put them on Vulture. You can now TK Vulture out. He can charge Flurry, and that's 3 actions. You didn't need that leadership, or anything like that. So that's pretty
it makes
good.
sense. It might in a vacuum, I guess, if you have the right team, it could work. I don't necessarily.
I like it.
It's 50 points to put into it, but
that's like saying Split Lip's 20 points.
Yeah, it's something that can be flirted with. It's not a bad idea.
You were just saying you wanted a new Split Lip.
Absolutely.
There you go.
I would play it with my Chase Odin to get Beetle Pod on him or something.
Yep.
So I don't
get your glider on Green Arrow without tokening him.
Absolutely. Green glider. Look for it. It's gonna be the new hotness.
James Merkel has a very serious question. What's your favorite pizza?
My favorite pizza. I enjoy a good buffalo chicken.
Buffalo chicken? That's a good one.
Buffalo chicken's not bad.
I like barbecue chicken.
Barbecue chicken's not bad. A good pepperoni and onion isn't bad either. The Pusheen boys, ask if you guys get a chance, talk to Kenji, talk to Kenny Pena. They came down and visited for a weekend, and I opened them up to the world of Crown Pizza, and they had their socks blown off. Crown Pizza is where it's at.
Nice. And then we had actually an email question that I missed because I was really bad about not checking the email. I'm going to get better, guys. Sorry about that. Kane Garcia, Kane Garcia writes in. Hello, my name is Kane, and I listen to your podcast. I was curious from a few episodes ago. You guys talked about the new points requirement for World. I've asked around my set for clarification on the new setup, but can't get it figured out. On the WizKid site, they record your win-loss and give you points. Are those points what you use to get into Worlds, or are those just there? I was curious if you could spare some time to clarify the requirements for Worlds, and perhaps when does Worlds time and placement get announced? Anyways, thank you for the time, and hopefully not interrupting anything. Thank you. So the points we were talking about are from the Rock, right? You participate in the Rock event, you get what they call WKO points.
It's any event now.
No, WKOs don't give those.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
I thought WKOs gave them out too.
They do not.
Well, fuck.
WKOs directly to nationals. That's what it is.
Oh yes, that's yeah.
But the WKO points are given out at Rock events, and so what they do is basically 200. Once you accumulate 200 points, you get automatically into nationals. So you can. Is it 100?
100.
Okay, 100. 100 is nationals, and then what's 200? Worlds? 200 is worlds. I'm thinking the judge points is 300.
The judge points, yeah. Yes.
Okay. So the WKO 100 gets you into nationals, 200 gets you into worlds. Now they accumulate, they never expire.
And you cap at 300.
And you're capped at 300. So once you do, you play in your Rock events, eventually you're enough points, you go to nationals and all that. It's not based off the wins or losses, like you said.
Each event has a point breakdown that pays out. I'm pretty sure.
It depends on the level of event.
Yeah.
And then I'm not sure if the number of players is a factor. I don't believe it.
No, number of players isn't a factor. Like when a maps, if you win, you get 10 WizKids Opens points. Right. I think second gives you 5, and then just showing up gives you 1.
Yeah. So if you showed up to 200 rock events, you're automatically in Worlds.
Yes,
for some
we don't
people,
know the
that's
time and location of Worlds this year, unfortunately.
and do Rock Online also give you WKO points? I believe they
They
do.
sure do. Yes.
So yeah, so you could realistically do, if like 80 just by participating.
They're doing Winamaps almost every single Friday.
Yeah, I know.
So
That's what I'm saying.
if you want to
Realistically,
tear and you win, I don't know, 2.
PJ's already won like 4.
So he's
So like,
already
you know what I mean? So
banked
like,
half a national bid.
yeah, so he's participated, so that's 4, and then he won them, so that's 44.
Yep.
So like he's already halfway to nationals.
Yep.
So just like realistically, you can accumulate like 80 points pretty quickly.
Put it this way: if Lane Miller were to do the same thing he did last year for state championships, I think he won 3 state championships. I think each win at states this year gives you 25 points.
Yeah.
So just in those 2 weekends alone, that's 75 points just in wins.
Yeah.
So
Now as far
they're out there, you can get them.
Yeah. Now as far as like when will they announce Worlds and stuff like that, that's up in the air. I know last year was like really late in the year. I imagine it'll be sooner this year because just from what I know, WizKids was kind of like in a transition, both within their company and then also like where they wanted things to go. I know they were not super happy with PAX last year. I know PAX waited super late to announce their own event. They didn't even know when their event was going to be for sure. And so that held up WizKids. So I would imagine they're probably looking to move the event, but I'm sure at least a few months notice will be given.
Yeah,
because that was the big gripe last year. So
yeah, they were super. WizKids, from what I understand, was super happy with the turnout and the amount of people that showed up. They were not very happy with the lack of flexibility within the within PAX and within the convention center itself. So that I think, played a big factor. Good turnout, but they were kind of bottlenecked into having to make some tough decisions that didn't sit well with their player base. And upon player base, I think feedback, I'm going to assume we can expect changes, but nothing is set in stone.
Safe bet. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. Sorry that it took so long to get back to you. I'm a slacker. I'm trying not to be. Don't tell Pat, but I'm a slacker.
I gotta get typing.
Yeah. So anything else you want to hit on? I had WKO last weekend. It was really good. 15 players for main event. I had about 22 unique players overall, including battle royales. We blew through 80 boosters of Earth X, just like boom, like that.
Was it a sealed event?
Nope.
Goodness gracious, that's so many. Was that 20 battle royals?
Yeah, but not all of it was battle royals. So like one guy, shout out to Anthony Zimmerelli. He came. He had his team. He was telling me how he had been practicing all this stuff. He left all of his cards at home, 2 hours away.
Bro.
So he went and bought 8 boosters and made a team with what he pulled.
That's so rough.
Yeah, I felt bad for him.
I
gave him fellowship for that, and I made sure he was, at least got one of each object. But yeah,
my brother did that once for WizKids Open. They traveled 2 hours to Massachusetts, and I couldn't make it to it. And he got there, and he was gonna play a shredder team for the first time, and he forgot to bring his piece machine.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, if you had told me this morning, like an hour ago, I probably could have helped you out. But
I could have brought the cards, or I could have pieced something together for you.
Yeah, I could have ran home, but yeah,
that's the thing too. Is like when I travel, I carry a lot of my meta stuff with me, so I would have had piece machine with me. This is the one time I didn't travel with them.
But I didn't travel, you know what I mean? Like I wasn't playing, so. Yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, this is cool. We had Jesse Cote won the event. He gave credit to Chris Stockhouse and Easton Brock because the team was basically a collaboration of those two, and he just copied it. But it was a good team.
Was it
It
a
was
Camaro team?
um, no, it was wasn't Hulk, was it? It was a Hawkeye team, maybe. I don't know.
Ah,
I posted it on the page. You guys can go find it if you really
I'll
want
go
to know.
find it. I saw it posted. I didn't read it because I'm a slacker.
I don't remember what it was off the top of my head. I like Craig Lander's team. He ran the Fast Forces or Starter Hulk with the Korath, and
No, I.
he used the Wasp title Wasp to make Hulk colossal size, so
Oi.
he could carry Korath, and every time he hits, he moves, and then every time he moves, he quakes. So it's
Oh
just
God,
like
it's quaking the entire board.
yeah, just like over and over quaking. That was cool.
Goodness gracious,
It was like Hawkeye 2.0. It was
that's
nice.
cool.
Yeah, but it was fun. We had a good time. Um, I guess. Let's see. I know upcoming WKO and Chico this weekend. I
Uh,
don't think I'm not going to that though. That's pretty far.
that's the same thing. I'm gonna apologize to Nancy already. Nancy Yang. They have a WizKids Open on the 23rd. The old Geekery spot in Astoria. I was all planned, ready to go, and I had a varsity baseball game drop in. So, yeah, I
I'll
won't be
bet.
making it there, Nancy. I'm sorry in advance. I will get out there to play, but it won't be on the 23rd. But
All
check it
right.
out if you're on the East Coast, Astoria, New York.
All right.
It's
Also,
CO2.
Aries, you've been doing a good job on the YouTube page. So I want to tell everybody make sure they subscribe to our YouTube. It should just be youtube.com/ 2clicks from KO. But if you Google search 2clicks from KO, it's pretty easy to find. It's also linked in our pinned post on the page, on the Facebook page, so you can find it there. Aries doing his just like he used to do his dishes thing, but he's doing now on YouTube. It's a live chat, so you guys can interact and ask questions. It's pretty cool. That not that I know of, no other HeroClix show is doing live chats like that
I'm
on a regular
I'm trying. We're
basis.
gonna do hero clicks. We're gonna do pop culture. Anything you guys want to talk about that can get tied into it. Hit the subscribe button. Hit up our Facebook page.
You
You
can
can find us at the 2clicks from KO Facebook. I think
yep
the email is on there too.
yep the email's on there. You can email the show. You can private message the show. You can private message Aries. So there's three. You can even just post to the page if you want.
Absolutely.
So you have at least four different ways to contact us to get those questions in. And then when the show's going live, you can even comment in the live chat and Aries will hit up your question as long as he sees it before he's done.
That's it. I'm gonna talk about the original question at hand, and then it can just go anywhere from there. So also a thing that I throw out there too is if you want credit, go ahead and message us. Let us know, hey, here's my question. You can go ahead and shout us out. We'll be more than happy to do that. If you want to stay anonymous, if you have a question that may ruffle some
It's a
feathers
personal thing,
and
yeah.
you want it to be anonymous, man, by all means, I will keep it anonymous and I will go ahead and answer that question and we'll get to it. So I like creating content. I like getting everybody involved in the community. Let's keep it rolling. I have fun with
And
it. I hope you guys are too.
it helps us out if you guys do like the content you're seeing on the YouTube page to like the video, gives it a thumbs up,
Mm-hmm.
subscribe to the page. You can hit the notification bell, and you'll get notified as soon as Aries goes live. You'll get notified he's live. I know I do, so that's a good way to know if you're gonna be able to participate. And we'll try and be better about giving a little bit heads up to when those are gonna happen. You did good. Just not the first one was like pretty impromptu, right?
Yeah, the first one was like, hey, I'm going live in like 20 minutes. Let's do
Yeah,
this.
yeah. So
So I'm trying to give a day's notice as soon as the questions come in.
mhm.
I'm gonna give you a day's notice here. Is what we're gonna do. Be ready. I'm giving times too, and I'm trying to stick to those times so people
Mhm.
can get out of work. They can plan to be involved and let their voices be heard, or give me crap for mispronouncing something or whatever the case is. So let's have fun with it.
All right. So that's it. It's going to wrap up this show. Thanks, everybody, for listening and checking out the YouTube page. And hopefully you guys are enjoying everything you're seeing. Thanks, Aries, again, for...
Thank you.
Sorry about the interruptions and stuff. I got some editing to do.
We got some editing to do. Also, keep your eyes peeled on the Facebook page. We've got more announcements and more great stuff to come. So please keep you posted on it. Keep giving us feedback on what you want to see. We're always up to hear your voices and then answer what we can. So keep your eyes peeled. We got more stuff in the works.
That's right. And remember, the real fun begins when you're 2 clicks from KO.